first stream was something completely off the wall and not originally planned. Originally, it was going to be Street Fighter 6, but I decided, let's do retro fighting games instead. This is something that I hadn't done on PC since I got my gaming PC last year, and a lot of people had asked me, would I ever play older fighting games? And I said, well, the problem is basically most people play them on fightcade. For those who don't know, fightcade is an emulator suite that has the GGPO netcode in it. Essentially, it's not actual games. It's the means to play games online on PC. The problem is, number one, fightcade technically is illegal if you don't own the ROMs. And how exactly would you own the ROMs? How would you buy a Super Turbo ROM? You can't. That's number one. Number two, fightcade has absolutely no protections whatsoever for your identity. Meaning, if someone is malicious and they, pair up with you to fight you, they could use software to sniff out your IP address, and then they could do malicious things with that information. Okay, like DDoS attacks or posting it all over the internet and having people fuck with you. So I cannot do that. All right? I can't mess with that. I can't have my business put in risk where these weirdos who are going to do this fucked up stuff. Okay? So that being said, and no, you can't use a VPN. That's right. If you use a VPN, it adds lag, in which case, why are you playing a fighting game online if it's laggy? What was the point? Right? So sadly, I just can't really do anything with fightcade. So I was talking with some people from back in the day, who every once in a while I talk to about fighting games, and they were like, yeah, some of us still play those collections, like the 30th anniversary collection or Capcom Fighting Collection. We still play them on PC from time to time. We occasionally will do lobbies or whatever. But in addition, you can still find people playing them. It's not a ton, but if you get them, you could still find some comp. And I was like, I don't think I'll give it a shot. Why not? Right? Seriously. Why not just, see if I give it a go, if I can actually find people to play with. So yesterday I bought a bundle on Steam that was the 30th anniversary collection and the Capcom Fighting Collection. It was insanely overpriced, but I wanted to do it on the fly. I wasn't going to mess around on GOG and other sites to try to find a discounted code. I said, I'll just fucking buy it. So I did. And I started to try to play it. And here's the thing. With Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, you actually can find people. Like, I was finding people all day playing Third Strike. I'm not saying that they were good. I think there was one good Urian player who was doing Aegis Reflector setups, and that was fun. Outside of that, it was kind of like, my ranking is 0 because I'm starting from scratch, so it's not like I'm going to match up against the best players or whatever. And the player pool in that is pretty small anyway. But I was actually getting comp, okay? And there were some lobbies that were popping up that I was able to join and play casual matches. So it did work. It wasn't the best experience. There was definitely lag, but at least it worked, and I got a little taste of retro fighting games. Now, also keep in mind, I was playing it midday. Perhaps if I played it on a weekend, maybe if I played it on a later stream, I would get more players, okay? The one bummer is that, sadly, this collection is all screwed up, just like it was on console. Number one, certain games like, sadly, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo run very poorly in this collection. Super Turbo runs at the wrong speed, has certain stages that run like double speed because the emulator is a very shitty one that they're using in order to run these games. And this collection has massive issue with frame drops and stuttering and input drops. Meaning, for some reason, you'll do a special move and you can't even reverse it. Like, you can't block on reaction. You could do a Fierce Punch Blanca Ball in Super Turbo from about this far away, half a screen away. It hits you no matter what. You literally can't stop it. You can't block it. You can't hit it. You try, and the game's like, nah, no thanks. You're not going to be able to do it. I'm like, why? Why is that the case? So it's not very good. Sadly, it makes it that the game is not really competitively sound, and there's a lot of abusable strategies. Like, for example, literally jumping around, mashing punch with Vega. You can jump in people out of the air and just keep throwing. It's trash. That's not how the game is meant to be played, but you can play it like that because this version sucks, okay? Anyway, despite its shortcomings, I still had fun with it. And what I said is basically from time to time, I think I'll bring back that collection and we'll do like a retro night and we'll mess around with it. Or if I talk to some, friends of mine from back in the day and ever they want to like run some sets in it or whatever, I'm down for that too. So I'll let you guys know. The good thing is now, because I'm on PC, I have that availability. Like, everyone always was playing fighting games on PC and I wasn't. So I didn't have this kind of flexibility. Now I do. So pretty cool. All right. And we'll see how it goes moving forward. But the good news is to have retro stuff in the rotation is a great thing. All right. So good stuff there. Then on the late stream, excuse me, it was my second ever DSP Builds It Lego stream. And it was my second ever DSP Builds It Lego stream. And as you can probably see if you've had a keen eye, we did pretty well, although I just accidentally removed a Lego piece. See, here's the thing about last night's Lego build. I don't really like one of them, as you can see. Why? Because this one, for some odd reason, is not secure. All of these little succulent plants that we've built so far are all very secure, except for one. This one right here is loose and doesn't have a way to attach itself. It just kind of sits in there, but then if you touch it or pick it up, it comes off. And I think that's not a very good Lego build. Legos are supposed to be secure. Like, I could turn this entire set upside down, and it's all intact, held together. But not this part. Very weird. Anyway, so last night we built 3 more, including this big towering moon cactus, this awesome lavender blossom, and this little guy here that's falling out. And that's in addition to the aloe vera plant, the orange blossom, and whatever the heck this was from last week. So as you can see, the succulent plants are coming together. All right. And it took exactly 2 hours to build. So it was a good timing. There is 3 more left. And I'm excited to finish this up next week. I'm having a great time. It was a chill. We had a lot of fun conversation, a lot of, good kind of back and forth while I was doing it. So it ended up being another really nice late night chill stream. However, I'm going to make a very, very fair observation. This week, there was way less attendance, there was less engagement, and there was less support. We did hit the goal, but we hit it last minute as a result of 2 or 3 people all throwing in to make us hit the goal because they were like, no, we actually like these new Lego nights and we want to support them. But that's a far cry from last week where we had a ton of people who showed up and everyone was supporting in various ways. So we far exceeded the goal. You see, that's the difference. And this is what I said last week. I said, here's the deal. In regards to the Lego nights, I'm totally willing to keep doing them and to invest more in them, to spend money to get bigger, better Lego sets. But I need to know that people are going to show up, engage, and support these streams. It can't just be, oh, I'm doing a Lego night, and now it's my slow night because I'm not playing video games, right? So far, first week went very well. This week went good, but we're on a downward trend. It makes me nervous that next week when we finish this succulent, we may not have as many people again. We may have even less engagement. We have less support, in which case, basically what I was afraid of is happening. People want to see something new because it's new, but once it's not new anymore, the gimmick wears out and people aren't so interested. Okay? Maybe what we should do is not do it every week. Maybe we should do it like every other week we do a Lego night. That way it keeps it fresh and it doesn't feel like we're doing it all the time. Maybe, I'm trying to throw ideas out there. I don't know if we have to do it every week, but, we wanted to finish the succulent plant. We have one more session to do it, to finish it. So let's think about what we want to do. But I am going to do a Lego night next week for sure. Okay. And we're going to finish up the succulent, see how it goes. And then depending on how it goes, maybe then we'll look at other Lego sets. Maybe we'll have a podcast here where we simply look at Lego sets, what's available, and what will be a cool one to be the next one. And then decide how often that we actually want to do the Lego nights. Okay. So let's see. I'm not disappointed at all, but definitely what I kind of expected to happen happened. There was a big drop off between week 1 and week 2. Will we see another drop off on week 3, or will we be able to maintain? Let's find out. Okay. Cool. Now, yesterday you were